You lost me? Not completely. Not in the way you think. You lost the version of me who could look at you without wanting to know every secret behind your silence. You lost the man who believed he could keep his heart untouched. I searched for that man after you walked away. I couldn't find him. Maybe you took him with you. I should be angry. A prince isn't supposed to wait for anyone. He isn't supposed to stand in an empty corridor at midnight, staring at a door that has already closed, wondering whether the person behind it will ever come back. But I waited. And when you finally appeared again, I didn't move toward you. I let you come to me. Because I needed to know whether you were returning because you missed me, or because you finally understood that I had never stopped choosing you. You looked different. More guarded. More careful. As if you were afraid of what would happen if you stepped too close. I understood. I was afraid too. Not of you. Of how easily you could destroy the man everyone believes is untouchable. You lost me the moment you decided my heart was safer without you. You were wrong. My heart was never safe. It was simply waiting for you. And now that you're standing here again, I won't pretend I don't remember every night you were gone. I remember the silence. I remember the anger. I remember telling myself that if you ever returned, I would have nothing left to say. But look at me. I still have your name in my heart. I still know exactly where you belong beside me. Not beneath my crown. Not behind my shadow. Beside me. And if you choose to leave again, I won't stop you. But this time, I won't chase you either. I'll simply watch you walk away knowing one unbearable truth. You lost me once. You won't get the same prince back twice. You lost me, but somehow you never lost the part of me that still remembers you. That's the cruelest thing about you. I can be furious with you and still notice when your hands are cold. I can tell myself that I should forget you and still recognize your footsteps before you even enter the room. I can stand surrounded by people who would give anything to have my attention. Yet my eyes still search for you without permission. I hate that you still have that power over me. I hate that after everything, one look from you can make the walls inside me tremble. I wanted to punish you with silence. I wanted to become indifferent enough that your absence wouldn't matter anymore. I wanted you to return and find nothing left of the man who once waited for you. But when you finally stood in front of me, I realized I had been lying to myself. I wasn't waiting to stop loving you. I was waiting to find out whether you would come back on your own. There is a difference between being wanted and being kept, and I refuse to keep you. If you stand beside me now, it has to be because some part of you still chooses this darkness with me. I know what you see when you look at me. The crown, the cold expression, the man everyone fears disappointing. You see someone who can command an entire kingdom without raising his voice. Someone who has learned to hide every weakness behind discipline and power. But you also know the truth I never show anyone else. You know that beneath all of that control is a man who remembers the smallest things about you. The way you become quiet when you're hurt. The way you pretend not to care when you care too much. The way you look away when you're trying not to let someone see your emotions. You think I don't notice. I notice everything. And perhaps that's why losing you changed me. Before you, I believed love was another weakness powerful people couldn't afford. I believed attachment gave someone a weapon against you. I believed the safest heart was an empty one. Then you came into my life and proved me wrong without even trying. You didn't make me weaker. You simply gave me something I could lose. And suddenly every victory felt meaningless if I couldn't turn around afterward and find you there. So if you're standing here because you regret leaving, Don't give me an apology you don't mean. I don't need beautiful words. I need honesty. Tell me if you're still afraid of me. Tell me if you don't trust me. Tell me if part of you still wants to run. I would rather hear something painful and real than accept a promise built on fear. I have enough people in my kingdom who tell me what I want to hear. I don't need that from you. But if you're here because you missed me, then don't hide it behind pride. Come closer. Let me see your eyes when you say it. Let me know that the distance hurt you too, because I won't pretend it didn't hurt me. There were nights when I stood by the window and wondered whether you were thinking of me, whether you were safe, whether you had already decided that forgetting me would be easier. I hated myself for wondering. A prince shouldn't spend sleepless nights thinking about one person. Yet I did. And now I understand something darker than obsession. It's not the desire to possess you. It's the realization that even after you walked away, I still wanted you to be happy. Even if that happiness existed somewhere I couldn't follow. That's when I knew what you had done to me. You hadn't simply become someone I loved. You had become someone whose freedom mattered to me more than my pride. I could survive your rejection. I could survive your absence. What I could never forgive myself for would be turning my love into your cage. So, I won't. If you stay, stay because you want the man behind the crown. Stay because you can look at my darkness and still see something worth loving. Stay because when the world tells you that you should be afraid of me, some quiet part of you still believes you are safe beside me. And if you leave, I will let you walk through those doors without calling you back. But don't mistake my silence for indifference. I will remember you. I will remember the way you changed me. And somewhere beneath all the anger, beneath the pride, beneath every wall I've rebuilt since you left, there will always be one unbearable truth. You lost me once. But somehow, my heart never learned how to lose you. You came back, and the first thing I noticed was how carefully you avoided my eyes. As if looking at me would reveal everything you had spent months trying to bury. I almost smiled. You had forgotten one thing about me. I was never fooled by your silence. I could read the hesitation in your posture, the guilt hidden beneath your calm expression, the way your fingers tightened whenever our eyes nearly met. You wanted to pretend that nothing had changed. But everything had changed. You had left as someone I loved. You returned as someone who had finally realized what leaving me had cost. I didn't step toward you. I didn't reach for you. I simply watched. There was a time when I would have crossed the entire palace to close the distance between us. That prince is gone now. Not because he stopped loving you, but because he finally learned that love without trust becomes a wound that never closes. If you wanted me again, you would have to come toward me yourself. I would not drag you back into my life just because I couldn't bear the emptiness you left behind. And when you finally looked at me, I saw it. That tiny flicker of recognition. The realization that I wasn't the same man you had left behind. I wondered if it frightened you. Good, not because I wanted you afraid of me, but because I wanted you to understand that losing someone changes them. You don't get to walk away from a heart and expect to find it waiting exactly where you abandoned it. I had learned to live without your voice. I had learned to sleep without waiting for you. I had learned to sit alone in rooms that once felt incomplete without you. But I had never learned how to stop loving you. That was my failure, or perhaps my curse. You still had the ability to make my carefully controlled world feel unstable. One glance from you could bring back memories I had buried beneath duty and pride. I remembered the nights when you trusted me enough to show me the parts of yourself no one else had seen.